Hola, and welcome back to the Scaling Deep podcast. I am your host, Lisa Princic, and I just got back from a fabulous 9 to 10 day trip to Costa Rica, which was fantastic for so many reasons. And one of them has to do with the fact that I was away from my family and I didn't have to manage anyone or organize things or meal plan and all the stuff that just keeps us super busy when we're looking after other people. That even though I went away with my sister and we did not chill very much, we didn't pack everything in, but we were on the road. Like every 2 days, we were driving somewhere far away and new because that's what we like to do. We like to explore and scope things out and see a lot. And sure, we could have used a little bit more time at the beach, but I think when we don't get away very much, in a way that allows us to not have a schedule or to worry about fitting in meals and all that. You just have to take advantage of it. I don't know if I've been away without my son on a non-business trip for at least 6.5 years. So that's quite a bit of time to do something different. And the other amazing thing about that was that all I took was my little phone and I was able to run my membership with just that one little piece of technology, and it was super simple. So I want to share with you today how that felt for me to be able to serve my members in a sustainable way for me. And sure, should we be taking vacations where we're offline completely? Yes, like that is a great point. Like I definitely take weekends off these days and I don't log into my work and I do step away. And vacations for sure. And I think if we have a good sized team all working on things, then for sure. But we're not all there. And I wanted to keep my membership going. It is growing. It is at a great place. It's the best place it's ever been. I have the best group of people I've ever had in a program. And so I wanted to just connect once in a while. And I didn't also want to have to log in to my computer and get in work mode and start looking at everything. And so just taking this phone, like I don't think I've ever been away without my computer, my laptop before. And I've also, I'll admit, I'm a bit of a techno laggard in some ways. Like I don't have my phone completely set up. When people say, oh, but everyone does everything on their phone these days, you've got to make it mobile friendly. Yes, I totally get that, but that has not been me. I have been the person who's like, no, I'm laptop or bust. So I set everything up on my phone and I'm going to show you how I did it because I think it's important for us to all have a way to do our work with some flexibility in how we show up and where we show up and how often. And the membership is the perfect business model. It's the perfect program to be able to show up when we can and not feel like we have to be so plugged in that we have to show up in such an intense way that we could never do it on the road. And a membership is definitely the kind of business that you can run on the road. And I was just so impressed by that. So I'll share with you my systems in a second. But first, I just want to say, like, there's always going to be times in our life, no matter when that is, where we could be sick, we could be looking after people, we could just need a break, where we will want to still be earning and still be doing some of our work without being able to be like working all day long on things. And we will need that flexibility. And the membership is incredibly flexible. Okay, so here's how I did it. Well, first of all, I'll tell you how my membership is set up. So I have a membership called the Profitable Membership Club, which is amazing. And it helps people grow or launch, plan out the details, the membership, who it's for, what they want to charge, what should be in it, all those really vital components, and then launch it, like when and how, and also setting expectations around how many people might join. And then finally grow it, like how to keep the momentum going, how to also sustain the ebbs and flows when sometimes our memberships are not growing in a linear fashion. Like they don't necessarily going to be just consistently going up. There might be moments where we don't have as many leads coming in, or some people will drop off and we haven't got the next launch planned out properly, and we don't, or it doesn't go as well, and we might have a little dip in members and then it can go up from there, and how to stay the course. So we talk a lot about that as well. And also just when we have something that's really starting to go, how to like capture that momentum and go for it. So that's what I do inside my membership. There's 3 really vital components of that. One is the Build a Revolutionary Membership course, which is a self-guided 9-module course where people can go through all the deeper work of figuring out what their membership needs to look like, feel like, the considerations around, again, pricing, positioning, purpose, marketing, content, all that stuff that helps you just get your head around what it's going to be, which is super valuable. That's self-guided. Some people come in and that's mostly what they do, and that is enough to get them comfortable in moving forward and feeling confident about what they're offering to the world. The other thing are the group calls. So in my case, I wasn't planning a really big vacation where I needed to unplug from the world and be away somewhere remote. Like I knew I'd probably be able to check in, and I was able to then just move my group call. So I have one usually the first week of the month, but I was away for that. So I just made it the second Tuesday of the month, which is actually wasn't that far into the month. So it was perfect. And just put it off. However, could I have run my group call if I was away for an extended period of time? Although I'd probably have my laptop, I could have done that from the road. However, I just simply put it off. But if I'd had to, and if it was the only time, I could have sat on Wi-Fi for an hour with a headset and run a Q&A call, because they're very casual. We talk about the state of the world. We talk about things we're learning in marketing. We share tools and we share moral support. And that's what we do on these coaching calls, because validation leads to taking action and confidence, and that is efficiency. And then we move forward. So that's what we do. And I could have done that, but I didn't. I just pushed it off. The other thing I have is that I have all my conversation stuff going on in a Slack group. And it was so easy to tap into that group, to post things when I was inspired, to share a photo, to answer questions and threads on this device. And what I love about Slack, which, I'll get into that in further episodes and articles on my website. I'm going to be writing a whole bunch more blog posts talking about all the tech stuff, is that it's very user friendly. And it also isn't just so busy that when people are on, say, something like Facebook, there's so much going on that people are really intentional about when they're on it. And I also don't feel the need to have a conversation in it every single day with a small group of people. I don't feel like I have to prompt people all the time, because they come when they need it. And then I offer a few prompts, but I also offer a lot of connection through live calls, because those are really rewarding for me and stimulating for me. I really like them. So I do that usually twice a month with just a regular open call. And then another time I'll have like an expert or conversation or a special workshop or training that I'm doing. And that's what really runs my membership in a way that lights me up and gives great value and a lot of, like motivation and inspiration and knowledge and insight for the people who are in it, for my members. So it's just a really great balance. And all that is really easy to do on the go. And I was so grateful for that, because I didn't want to feel out of touch with my group. I didn't want to leave it to someone else. I don't have a community manager at this point. I don't need it. It's not large enough, nor is it hard for me to manage, or would I even want to not be in the conversation at this point. So it was important for me to stay connected and to see what people are up to. And also just not be completely away from it, but also not be on it for hours. And it was literally like I checked in every couple days. And the other thing that I was also running were Facebook ads, because that was my main, for October, that was my main visibility tactic, because I had figured out a way to do some ads and get some new people on my list for really good good price. Like it's not been that expensive. It's getting more expensive. We're heading towards Black Friday. And so that's always harder, but it worked really well for me for October. And so I wanted to check in on those because some people got stuck in my double confirmation on my mailing list, which is MailerLite. And I was able to go in there and make sure that they were getting through and check into my ads and make sure they were working okay. And that was, again, like a couple minutes every day. So that was amazing because I did not feel bogged down, but I also felt in touch. I didn't feel like I needed to stay completely away from my work. I probably just needed to stay completely away from my family for a week or so, which, to be honest, that, just adulting was so great. But I didn't need to stay away from my very, very adult members because they are awesome and they totally inspire me. So that is how I ran my membership from the road. It is really easy to do. I think every business can use a membership in it because it's an awesome way to make connections, if you want to, or serve people at a higher level that doesn't require so much rigid structure like you would in a higher ticket program, or even a program that just has a start date and an end date because you are kind of expected to follow that schedule. This schedule allows for things to come up in a membership. It doesn't have to be, you're not hand-holding the same way. You're meeting people with where they're at as opposed to always guiding them all at the same time at the same place. So that's a really great way to give value. And it's way more flexible than we think, because I think a lot of people think memberships are going to be like a lot of work and you're always in it, and you just don't have to, especially if you're not charging thousands of dollars per month. You can give the value that they are paying for, which is often lower than an intensive program. And that's what you have to remind yourself of so that you show up and give people more than what they expect, but you don't have to over deliver to the point where you're feeling burdened down and not feeling sustained in your lifestyle. So that is really valuable for any membership program, for any online business, is to have that in there. And you can also just run lower ticket ones that can warm people up to bigger programs where you can upsell a lot or offer one-on-one types of services. And I have those in mind as well. Like, a lot of people will take strategy sessions at a huge discount for my members when they want more connection and they want more support, and where they're looking for more one-on-one coaching, because a lot of people in my world will also have one-on-one coaching. And so they know how valuable that is, and they can get that within the club that I run. And I can offer those packages also at any time when I feel like I have that time and the capacity and it's really valuable for people who really want to connect a little deeper and have really more focus on their brand. So that is why having a membership is such a great way to get to know your clients, your best clients, refine your offers, refine your value proposition, have people get to know you, become your super fan, work with you longer term. There's so many benefits. And I really think the time for it is right now because we're needing flexibility in the world. We don't know what's coming up. We have been through a lot in the last few years. And I think it's time to really give ourselves a bit of a break and run something that is sustainable and flexible. And your people will be fine with that, and they will be comfortable with that. And they will have a lot of openness about letting you run things the way you need to run them, and they have so much space and acceptance of that. So that is really rewarding as well. So thanks for listening today. I'm excited to be back and growing this beautiful membership vision with you. If you have any questions, feel free to find me on all the places online, and especially on my website, because I am the best on email. Till next time, have a good one.